Hi, it's Nicole Moore, love coach at LoveWorks here, coming to you with the first ever edition of Flirty Friday. So Flirty Friday is a new weekly video series. Each week, I'm going to be sending you a video with a quick love and dating tip to help you attract and keep the right man for you. Why? Because, hey, sometimes you don't want to read a whole long post. Sometimes you just want a quick video. So today, for the first edition, I'm going to be answering the question, how can I be a great first date that gets asked out again? So I have 3 quick tips for you to be the woman that every time you go out on a date, the guy is asking you out right away. First tip, number 1, be present. Here's what I mean by that. A lot of women go on dates and they're really in their head. They're thinking, what does he think about me? Am I dressed right? What am I saying? Or they're analyzing him and they're saying, oh my God, wait, he said this thing about his family. Does that mean that we're not going to be able to get married because, and we create a whole story based on what the guy said, and then we're not even there. The problem is actually this. When you're in your head, when you're thinking, your energy is up here. And what happens is he can't actually feel you. You have an actual loss of presence and being. And what happens is if he can't feel you, he's not going to like you. Because women are emotional, but men actually are emotional too. And men choose a woman based on how he feels when he's with her. So if you're all in your head, you actually have less physical energy present. Then he's on the date with you, but he's not actually connecting with you. He might look at you and go, wow, she's beautiful, but this might be why you're not getting asked out on second dates, because you're not actually there. So here's what you want to tangibly do. On a date, if you notice that your energy's in your head, you're thinking, breathe into your stomach, or you can breathe lower into your second chakra area and bring all of your energy and attention there. He can be talking to you and you can be focusing on bringing your energy and breath into your body. What's going to happen is he will actually feel different next to you if you just do this one thing. So I practiced for a long time being present on dates, just actually being with the person. So when he's talking, all I'm doing is feeling my body. And after every single date, what I kept hearing over and over again was, there's just something special about you. And it was just that I was present, and most women aren't. So try this. You will hear that too. So many of my clients say, Nicole, you're right. Guys are telling me that there's something special about me too. It's just because they actually have more access to feel you. So tip number 2, be passionate. So again, men fall for a woman based on how they feel when they're around her. And so many women, ladies, I'm sorry to tell you, you're not being a fun, amazing date because you're not passionate. Here's what I mean about being passionate. It doesn't matter what you talk about, as long as you talk about it with a high degree of excitement and feeling. So here's the difference. A guy asks you, what are some of your hobbies? What do you love to do? And you could go, well, I really like to travel. That's boring. That's not exciting. Anybody could say that. Instead, you want to bring passion. You want to bring you. You want to bring your feeling. So you could say, I really love traveling. But you know what? For me, it's not even about, seeing the monuments or getting to all the sites. I love to travel because I love trying out new restaurants. Like I love going to different places and eating the food that the locals eat. In fact, one time I remember, I went to Paris and I ran 3 miles from the flat I was staying in down to this pie shop in this area called the Marais in Paris to meet my friend Athene there. And this is like the most famous pie shop in Paris, and they only sell pie. And we were going for the lemon meringue pie, and I ran 3 miles there, and then we sat down, and that pie was incredible. It was totally worth the wait. There's always lines out the door, but I will never forget that pie. That's a real story, by the way, that actually happened. That was my story. But can you see how you get a sense of me? You actually get a feeling by hearing me say that story of who's Nicole, what's important to her, what's her essence. You get a feeling. And if he's a right guy for you, he's going to go, wow, like, I love that. I love that feeling. She's got so much passion and emotion. I want to get to know her more. So be passionate. Tell stories that really actually mean something to you and your heart. Let your essence show. Don't just be boring and say the same things that everybody else says, like, I like to travel. Everybody loves to travel. But why does it actually matter to you and your heart? You will find guys are very, very interested. The third tip, don't be afraid to get close. So you want to make sure that on the first date, if you actually like the guy, you touch him somehow, some way, okay? So don't be afraid to get close. So whether if you're sitting across from each other, you kind of lean over and put your hand on his hand when you're making a point. If you're sitting next to each other, you can kind of just make sure your knee is touching him. Like if you're at a bar and maybe you're getting a glass of wine with the guy, make sure your knee is touching him. This actually, when men feel you touching them, it initiates feelings inside of them and they will feel good. So again, your whole goal on the first date should be having him feel really good around you, excited, passionate, warm, like he wants to get to know you more. Men choose a woman based on how they feel when they're with her. If you can create that good feeling inside of him, he's going to go, ooh, I like how this feels. She feels different. She feels good. I've got to call her back. So I've used these 3 tips when I was dating, trying to find my man. And very often, right after the date, the guy would call me to say, I want to see you again. So they really work. I hope that these 3 tips have been helpful for you. Again, step 1, be present. Step 2 is be passionate. And step 3 is don't be afraid to get close. Try this out on your next date and let me know how it goes. And by the way, guys, I'm going to be doing a Flirty Friday video every Friday. So if you have a question that you want me to answer about love or dating, and you want me to send a personal video message straight to you, of course it'll go to the whole community, but it'll be your question, shoot me an email at Nicole@loveworksmethod.com. And I'm happy to answer your question. All right, loves, sending you lots of love. I hope you have a flirty Friday.